We're here at the entrance of the Cape Coast Castle. You know what I mean? Alright, bro. I see them asking for nose masks, you get me? So we're just gonna step back. Mine is in the bag. You know, follow precautions and safety measures, and you know what I mean. Okay, as you can see, the 234 trying to fix his marks. You get me? So we're here. Mine is in the bag. Okay, guys, we're here with Black Diamond 234 and our man Kofi Bila. You get me? So we're about to step in. Join us. Straight.
Yeah, man, respect, yeah.
Boko. Yeah. We're more familiar with the.
That is the only language you can speak now. Boko. Do you understand Boko?
Of course I do. I'm alright. Everything is fine. You get me. So, what are the proceeds?
This one.
Alright. Thank you.
We'll attend to you nicely, okay?
Alright.
He's a brother.
Okay. Hello, gani mana? Bajia mana komiko ba? Black Street, you get me?
So this is your first time here?
Our first time into the castle, but not really.
Not in the Cape Coast.
Yeah.
So right here.
Okay.
This is the entrance fees.
Okay.
Ghanaian adult, Ghanaian student.
Okay.
Non-Ghanaian adult, non-Ghanaian student.
Okay.
Process television will be a guide for you.
Alright. Cape Coast Castle. You get me?
Yeah, man.
Just to get a vibe and, you know, connect to our ancestors and stuff. You get me? You know?
I've hearing about this place for a very long time, so usually don't walk by still.
Yeah, man. We're here. Check it out. As you can see, that looks like a stair. Okay, to the top. Okay. Alright, Black Street out here without fear. As always.
So he will take care of you.
Alright. We've been introduced to a guy that is going to take care of us. Let's see what's written over here. Direction map. Wow. Okay, this is the direction map.
He also looking for you.
Okay. This is our tour guide, like a tour guide. He's going to show us around and tell us about the place. You know, I've never been here, and I would love to know what everything around here signifies. So I'm sure our tour guide can actually do that for us. We're about to get some real life lecture about.
Well, I officially welcome you to the historic Cape Coast Castle. My name Morgan Mason. Good morning.
Good morning, boss.
How are you doing?
I did great.
This piece of information by the National House of Chiefs of Ghana about 28 years ago, when we had our first ever Pan-African Historical Theatre Festival, where our chiefs sincerely said they were sorry they allowed the trade lasting for a very long period of time. That they were selfish, greedy, ignorant, also a deceit on the part of the Europeans, who never made their intentions known to our chiefs at the time. Reason was, the Europeans said they were exploring the west coast of Africa to Asia. Two, they said they were here as missionaries to teach us the Bible, a way to God Almighty. By so doing, kill your African traditional faith. Secondly, or thirdly, they said there was this yellow mineral that was so dear to their heart. For that reason, they will stay. Gold. So they named the land Gold Coast. La Côte d'Ivoire, Ivory Coast. Then Togo, Benin, Nigeria was referred to as slave coast. So that was the angle they had their first commercial human beings as slaves. So we had Ivory Coast, Gold Coast, and then slaves. But after independence, we have our own names as it stands now. The Europeans built a number of forts and castles dotted along the coast of Ghana. James Fort, Usher Fort, and Antonio, Apollonia, Orange, Sabasa, Northern Coast, and the Western region. And some of the forts were actually built as security, lodging places, but there were some that were built purposely for slave trade. Basically, three. Maybe when you were coming, you might have seen some of them on the hill. These are forts. That's Fort William at Adamamo. Amsterdam, welcome, Abanzi, and the rest. And therefore, Elmina Castle, the first and biggest of all, by the Portuguese after 1402. Remember this name, Dom Diago de Azambuja. He led the Portuguese to construct it. And then Christian boy in Accra, 1662, and we have kept this castle 1665. Allow you ask questions as we go along. My name, Robert Morgan Mensah. For that matter, let us bring emotions down. If you should go by the stories here, some of us will stop going to church. Because whilst they were keeping slaves under this dungeon, above the dungeon was a church. Church services, slaves underneath. At the same time. Now, every 20 meters you move, don't you find a church? So the people who brought us the church, the Bible, were the same people trading in the human beings. Anglican Methodist churches of Ghana started there. Roman Catholic Church, Elmina Castle, Leslie Church of Ghana, and Castle. So Christianity in Ghana, where did it start? From the castles. When President Barack Obama came here 11 years ago, he was so mad, to say the least, because he didn't get the connection between the church and then the dungeon. He asked, could you be praising to God and at the same time keeping other people hostage? Child trafficking, kidnapping, indirect form of slavery. Our brothers and sisters in the council were very well from the immediate environment, later from the transitional zone of Ghana, Kumasi, Sunyani, Winchi, Tichima, and the rest. And some also from the south. So for you to walk all the way from Burkina Faso, Tamale, Guinea, Sicily, there was never a joke. Most of whom never committed any crime whatsoever in their villages. There were some who were cultivating the land, and slave raiders and captured. Others were captured as a result of tribal wars and they became prisoners of war. Having walked through Kumasi, Asin Mansu, your own Africa, once you arrive there, they will examine your strength, your teeth, your body before they will buy you or reject you. So it wasn't every single day brought here as slave that had the pictures. The Europeans took away the best from the Africa.
And the remaining, where did they?
If they want to use it to clean the dungeons here, they can buy you. If that's why you can't do it, then you don't be brought at all. So whoever brought you from Asin Mansu or Tamale should take you back. Will the person be able to do that? So you always So the Europeans took away the pest from African soil. Human beings were exchanged for fabrics, mirror, ground down powder, drinkables like whiskey, sugar, or rum, and then hot iron metal from fire, oil. We will be branded. Yesterday, I hear Liverpool and Manchester were beaten mercilessly. 7-2 and then 6-1. These two companies were here buying slaves. Manchester company, Liverpool, they were here. That was why they did the branding. Because you bought, my brother here also bought. How were you going to identify your slave from this? It's L Liverpool, L Manchester. That was what they did. Then the men were held here, the women That's it. So anytime Manchester, Liverpool football club are playing football, the rivalry didn't start today. Slave trade time, you are not going to power. To get the best of the slaves. Thereafter, the men and the women. That's sad. And all the forts and castles of Ghana were designated World Heritage Sites according to UNESCO in 1979. And therefore, they are open to public on commercial basis. We're going to the dungeon pretty soon, but before Accra became champion as the capital of Gold Coast, Ghana today, first it was Cape Coast as the seat of government, right in this very first form. At the extreme left, the bed, you will soon get there and see north. Today is the first of the day, so the dungeon is open to you.
Guys, Black Streets, we all share without fear, getting real life, history, education, you get me, of what really transpired here centuries ago, you get me, like. And this is supposed to be the male slave dungeon, get me, we're about to step in, see what we find around here. Damn, you could actually perceive the smells. This is the male slave dungeon here in Cape Coast Castle. Okay. Wow. Let's see what it actually. This was the only source of ventilation that comes from the ocean in here. You get me? You can see how dark it is. Imagine being in here for just imagine being in here for just 24 hours. You get me? Like really imagine being in here for just locked up for just 24 hours, waiting for your slave masters, waiting for Manchester, waiting for Liverpool, waiting for Amistad, just to come by you.
As we experience now, if you really drink to the trench all the way to the sea water.
As you can see.
So they did it because of the wiwi.
Yeah.
This is
And
where
if you
people
wanted to do
actually
the pool, you
eat
pool
themselves.
at the edge of the wall, you sleep by the pool overnight. Poo accumulated to this height. From the bottom to this side, all over was covered to this level with poo. So you poo here, you sleep by it overnight. Until the next day before the domestic slaves will come and clean the poo. And therefore diseases very common. The stench. Your own poo 1 and 2, you don't want to see it. How much more somebody else's 1 and 2? See how tough it was. As if, even if they had committed a crime, there wouldn't be any much people. But these were the people who never did anything wrong in their village. And all of a sudden, because of greed, selfishness, by 1 or 2 people, our brothers had to come this way. Any questions so far?
So like the capacity of people in here. How many do you think?
150 to 200 people in this room. That measures 32 by 16 feet.
So
150 to 200 people. You multiply that by 5.
okay.
From here to the last end, we will get there soon. It's about 700, close to 1,000.
Okay. Wow.
So were they able to survive?
Well, many died in the dungeon. Once you have confirmed dead, body carried and off to the Atlantic Ocean. If you were sick, they would give you medication, but if you were dead, they would
So
take you.
like approximately how long would a slave have to be here
You'll be here
before
for 2 weeks minimum, 6 weeks average, 12 weeks maximum.
before his slave master comes?
Before the ship comes and
Okay.
then they move you to Jamaica, Brazil, New York, Haiti, Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, North, South Carolinas, Atlanta, Georgia, and whatever, to go and work on the cotton sugarcane plantation field. All because Bartolomeo de las Cascas has said that the Indians in America were weak, they can't do hard work as was expected of them. So there was a need to get the blacks. But that was a lie. They were killing the Indians there so that they can take over their land.
Wow.
The Red Indians, they were the owner of the American.
That is it.
Yes.
They were the first.
Based on the languages we have in Ghana.
Red
What
Indians.
is the
The
largest
American Red Indians.
that being
Like the largest ethnicity that they were captured in here.
Largest. The majority were from the northern part of the country.
That is Tamale and stuff.
Senegal, Sicily, Tamale,
Okay.
Burkina Faso. You see, by their stature, that was why they were looking for such strong people. After American basketball players, how do they look like?
So typically,
Athletics, yeah, we are also there.
there were no Akan.
There were accounts. If the head of the family says you are too stubborn in the family, you sold it to slavery. They were not that they were not majority as
So,
other ethnic.
if it's the only time they'll say that they're stronger.
Straight away. Constructional materials.
And then the others were the former.
They don't say that.
Ben bricks here were initially imported from England.
Let's consider.
Later they produced some local.
yeah, excuse me, please.
And in between the bricks, the mortar here made up of ground oyster shells, limestone, and oil. So the engineer, the architect are saying, no cement, no iron rod. 355 years old.
No cement.
No iron rod.
365 years old.
Wow. No cement. What?
Put there, put here, the white.
And who were the engineers and
The white,
architects?
they were English.
They were English, okay.
Smith and Webster.
Okay.
Greenhill, they were all.
Those were the people who constructed it.
They engineered it.
Okay,
But construction work by you and myself, our sisters.
Yeah, yeah.
Great
Right.
grand father.
That is it. Chronologically, this piece of land changed hands from Portuguese, who named the area Cabo Corso. Because before the English came in, Portuguese had already settled here in the beginning. But Swedish took over the area because Portuguese abandoned. Swedish, they were here. They were into gold business. And then the Danes also followed, defeating the Swedish here who built Fort Karlsberg around 1653. And they were in for almost 4 years, 57, and the Dutch came and fought the Danes here. So the Danes moved to Otsu and built Otsu Castle. And then the English also came in strongly, 1664.
And take over.
And took over the fort, which was at where we have the Greece. So the English, they are the last. And so English made it what it is today. Originally it was like the one at Anamaru, but the castle by the English. Labor our ancestors.
So Portuguese are the first.
We were the first. Portuguese, Swedish, Danes, Dutch, and English.
So,
With the leadership of Don Diego Diaz.
okay. In what year did the English took over?
1664,
Okay.
which coincided with the Anglo-Dutch War.
Okay,
When the war was being fought in New Amsterdam,
okay,
now New York.
okay.
That same period, the English Dutch were fighting over this land and
Because of our gold.
In that case, because of supremacy, and then over here because of your gold.
This is the dungeon actually. We just got a brief lecture on history about the place. As you can see, Black Street. Yeah, man. Here in Cape Coast Castle, without fear, Black Street, without fear. So let's take a quick tour then. As you can see, people actually bought
The
here.
soil over here is a mixture of poo, wee, tears, blood, water, tree. The other side is scooped. Okay?
Yeah.
Those were the poo of our ancestors. So when archaeological work was done in 1974, they found chains in the first room where they marked white and other stuff.
Yeah, what did they do here?
Here we have African traditional temple. It forms part of our heritage, our culture, the way we pray, we worship God before the Arabs introduced some of us to Islamic faith. Now, some are Christians. So Nana Tabel, the name is Nana Tabel. But you may say Nana Debris.
Nana Debris.
The priest in charge is out. From this angle,
Yeah.
all the way to this side. there is a very huge underground tunnel.
Okay.
This is the way.
Okay.
All of us are walk over the ventilator, and the time the male slaves walk through to join the women at the door of row.
Return.
So they have closed this place.
When the slave trade was finally abolished in England after 1833 instead of 1807. It didn't stop until 1833. Later they credited 1 million Wilberforce, Thomas Clarkson, and Shaft in the rest. So this is why we can't see it. But let us say that when the slaves were there, there was no shrine. So there was a passage. But the shrine was set before the castle was built. The shrine was here before the castle was built. So when the British built the castle, I'm showing you the church here. They said they don't want anything like this. So the British were controlling it until we gained our independence, 6th of November 1957. The British left, and then the authorities brought the shrine back to where it was. We have about 77 of them in the metropolis. So my legs progress has increased.
Guys, as you can see,
Any questions?
this is the shrine here in here at Cape Coast. So when the slaves were in here, this wasn't here.
Sure.
Okay. Okay. So how was the slaves were able to pray when they were still
Because of
being
the
locked up?
basis in linguistic,
Yeah.
if you and I happen that we were captured from one area,
Yeah.
are we going to even be praying? We can only be crying,
Okay.
discussing the mood in which we were, how we were brought to the dungeon.
Yeah.
However, there were some who were singing the dirges, that sorrowful songs, and what
Okay.
have you. There were some who were doing it. But having 150 or more over there,
Yeah.
you and I from the same community, we can do it. But this man from different
Actually.
linguistic background,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
cannot understand. Unless, of course, you can also find somebody here, and then they can do. So communicating effectively was very difficult. You don't understand my language, I don't understand yours. How do you communicate?
At that time, the white were plenty.
Almost 120 years.
120.
The so-
120 of them.
And
then the slaves were about 700.
to 1,000. That's the male. The female 500 to 1,000.
They can't even make rebellion against.
Do you have the capacity? Do you have a gun?
They had guns.
They had guns. Today, if I visited you home and I gave warning shot to tell me where you are.
I forget. At that time, they set the gun on the ground, and they said, if you run, the gun will shoot you. With that, no one should know. That's what they used to do the infantis. Then if they were in the blast again, they said, because of man to my bag.
So I have another question. Been any recorded cases of an escape or something like that? All right, thank you. Please excuse me. Let's silence so we can hear history and also like. Sammy Uta, which guy now disturbing, bruv.
Master, you pay for those of you who didn't stop, but they pay for video. Master, I will see you for that. They pay for video. So you pay a home video. There were some who made attempt to escape. Do you see the iron bars?
Yeah.
There was that tendency that per their stature, I could stand on your shoulder. Since not all of us were in chains here. And now, if I get to the brim, I will crawl. If I'm able to do that, I will first of all fall on a rock, not a sea. The castle was built on top of rock. But there were some who survived doing that, succeeded in doing that, but they couldn't escape finally.
Because the soldiers were around.
Soldiers were around. And they had not seen the ocean before. Where were they brought from? Other places.
True.
Oh, well, you know that.
So quickly. So how did they bring them here? In a car? Something?
Walk. They
Walk.
trekked through the forest.
The forest.
The slave masters were on horseback.
Okay.
So you walk, once you were captured, chain against this gentleman.
Yeah.
So we move together. If he
Yeah.
doesn't move, I don't move. If I don't move, he doesn't move. So they will walk through that forest and get here. And because there were some who were so difficult to control, they had them in the first room.
Okay.
If you are not difficult, they will keep you there. That was
Okay.
what somehow they control.
Okay.
So when they got there, the patrolling soldier caught them.
Practically, this was mostly for the
Flogged them.
house
And they later used
house niggas. You get me?
to block them so that
And those are
nobody-
where
they can
our rebellious ancestors, the tough guys, you know, the gangsters, I'm not into your bullshit, used to be, you get me? And this way, really, where the home niggas and the house niggas really were kept. So, quick one, back to okay, all right,
Everything you see here is original.
okay. But the electricity is not.
Except the electricity.
Okay.
You know, this came into the world after 1831 or so. Michael Faraday of England.
Okay.
He
Okay.
invented electricity.
Okay.
The same person invented a vaccine or medicine for malaria.
Okay. Okay.
So this 1831 as against 1665.
Okay.
This guy says 1665 and electricity 1831. Almost 200 years later. Oh. Before light came. It's not that there was light and they denied it. Electricity didn't exist at all in the whole world. Propagation of the gospel. Society for the Propagation of the Gospel, SPG, but later changed to Anglican. And as I said, Methodist also acquired.
So all these churches were in here?
Yeah, they established them here
Okay.
before they moved them out. When we
Okay.
move upstairs, I will show you the cathedral.
Okay. So in those days, like, I didn't get the names of the churches you were mentioning, but there were other churches on the other side, other churches on the other side, or what?
Here in Ghana, either you are Catholic,
Yeah?
Anglican,
Yeah?
Presbyterian, or Methodist.
Okay.
After which we have the younger ones that came, Charismatic Assemblies of God, Pentecost, and the rest. But these top four
Yeah.
all began in the slave dungeons.
Okay, the question was that, say for instance, a Catholic church was in here, was it that Anglican was on the
No,
other
no, no,
side?
no, no, no.
They were all together, or
No,
they
no,
came
no.
out from
Not at
just one?
They all came out from where their facilities were.
Okay.
Elmina, Portuguese were purely Catholic.
Catholic, okay.
English, purely Anglicans.
Oh, okay.
And Methodists and Anglicans from the same womb. Do you get it?
Yeah, yeah.
And Presby from Switzerland, Basel, Germany. They were in Accra Castle.
Okay.
And then the younger one also came out. They said they were more prayerful. So they came out of the Orthodox churches.
Okay, okay.
They
Thank
say they
you.
don't want to sing hymns.
Okay, we are at the tomb, and he's about to tell us what the tomb is about here in the middle of Cape Coast Castle.
Lukweko by name, first Gold Coast African to become Reverend Minister.
Okay.
The Anglican Church. His father was middleman buying and selling slaves to the English. Together with Thomas and William, they were offered a scholarship to study abroad. And Thomas William died, Philip survived. After ordination in 1765, he came back to the castle to continue with the evangelism drive at SPG Church. And then again, he was out to teach the European African children. The officers that came, they didn't come with their wives. So they were raping our mothers. And people have the rape, he became his girlfriend and he got pregnant. That child will be named Michelle Margaret Van Dyke Van der Poel. Banaman, Bramwell, and the rest. They changed their name. And they changed the name. Because your name, Kobine Chubu Siaku, Ubianchuku, Okonko, Segefia, Nibilu, Amatefi, they can't pronounce such name. Yeah. And if they baptize you to Christian faith, as we have Philip here, Paul, Peter, John, Joseph, Mark, Benjamin, Matthew, Isaac, Gideon, Sarah, Elizabeth, Rebecca, and the rest. This is why this name.
Those in the church, were they only whites alone?
Only white. Very good question. Only white were white.
See,
C.B. White, soldier from Pentecost, Englishman shot dead when the English Dutch were fighting on our land. Others said yellow fever, malaria killed.
Yellow fever. Malaria.
And then we have George McLean here.
George McLean, yeah. The nice,
Yeah, very nice. He supported Commander Hill to sign a
George McLean was a nice guy.
He was.
Do you know about him? Okay.
I know his picture.
He assisted Commander Hill to sign a treaty popularly known as the Bond of 1844. He also ensured that the tunnel was sealed. He didn't support slave trading. He established the first court of justice in Ghana. What is written on
What? McLean's Hall.
So first court of justice in Ghana, that's where he started. He didn't like human sacrifice, that a chief dies, 1, 2, 3, 4 heads must rule. No. So if 10 chiefs die, how many heads? 40. No. All these are bad cultural practices. He didn't support it. So the chiefs and the opinion leaders in the community were so happy that this man was with them. They had to bury him here. The wife was Letitia Elizabeth in London.
Okay.
She came here to say hello, my dear husband, only to see that the husband was having a woman called Banama. And Letitia poisoned herself. Jealousy.
A girlfriend was a black.
Yeah, the white and black. Ellen's father was white, the mother African. The Bannerman brothers in Accra, if you know that, that's the line. So malaria 46, gunshot 38, Philippe 75, and then Letitia Elizabeth London 36 years. Yellow fever, malaria, suicide, poison, jealousy, select one.
That's over 1 million ways to die. Alright. Like a word. Yeah, our ancestors probably drink from.
Is the water used to fish?
Yeah, we harvested it from the roots at first to prepare food and drink for them in the morning and the evening.
These people, right. They connect from here and then
Pipes in copper at the time. Now clean water from the English didn't want to lose anything from our soil to other operators or European countries. So they established these weapons, cannon, balls here. So the gun, the bullets. A ball from this one moved almost half a kilometer, 500 meters at shot, and then 1,000 meters from the bigger ones there. What they use for defense. And it enabled them to stay there from 1665 that they built the castle until your independence. Before they left. So they shot simultaneously. So if this one fail at target, we hit target. Atlantic Ocean or Gulf of Guinea. At the moment, we are all on top of the tunnel from where we saw the shrine.
Where is it? Where?
Now we are